All right, guys, so now we are going to be doing the tune-up on the truck. If you guys saw the last video, I talked about this color right up here. It actually looks completely different now at this angle. You can definitely see the purple in it more, which I honestly love that purple. Actually, I was just looking at it through the camera, but yeah, I do like the colors, but I think it's just a little too flashy, and paint matched would be like really sweet to have. I think it looks really good too. So anyways, we're not talking about that right now. I gotta get this thing running again so I can start driving it. So I gotta get that spark plug out. If you guys can see, it's broken and really stuck in there. So hopefully I can get that out. And then I gotta do the tune up on here. I got wires and spark plugs. And then I'll get it all back together and hopefully have it running by the end of the night. So let's see what we can get done. All right, guys, so I finally got the spark plug out of cylinder number 4. That thing was so like rusted in there, or it pulled a thread or something, because right away when I tried to take it out, it just broke the porcelain right off of it. So I mean, I don't know if it was like slightly cracked or that's just, I mean, it was in there tight. Like I ended up switching to this because like I could not turn that 3/8. Like it was so tight. Like I was putting all of it in, and if it broke, I would have busted my knuckle so hard on like a bracket or something up there. I was really worried that this was gonna break, and I honestly don't even know why it was that stuck. The only thing I could think of is somehow it got cross-threaded, or for some reason there was like that much rust built up on it, and just ridiculous. I've never had a spark plug that tight before, and especially on an LS motor. I've never had any problems with spark plugs. Usually once you crack them loose quarter turn, it's just like you could take it out with your hand. This one, no way. No way. And I had another one, like, look at how rusty that is. So, you can see how burnt away they are. And it's gonna cause a misfire here shortly. You could definitely tell once that little end broke, or like burnt away. So it's definitely due for a tune-up. So I'm gonna try and get this side done. Now I got the worst one of them all, cylinder 8. Hopefully this one comes out though. I still gotta get the plug off, which sucks. Kind of wish I would have done it without the header on there, but I wasn't even expecting doing a tune-up. But I'm kind of glad that I got myself into it, because it definitely needed to be done. So I'm gonna keep on working away at it now. Oh, and also one other thing, I also brought home like a tap socket, something to retap the holes to make sure that they didn't get messed up and that the new one goes in there just fine. So I'm gonna double check the holes and make sure that they are good to go for when I put the new spark plug in. So I'm also going to be getting that done. All right, guys, so I finally got everything out of this side, which is awesome. Actually, that's the other old one. So that back one came out no problem, but you can just see how old these suckers are. So who knows, they probably have like 100,000 miles on them or something outrageous like that. They were definitely due. So without further ado, let's install the new stuff. All right, guys, so I got all the new spark plugs put in there. You can see cylinder 2, 4, 6, and I even got 8 right there. And my trick for getting number 8 was I used a nice little swivel socket tool, or swivel spark plug tool, or you know, if you have just a 5/8, it's just not gonna grab the plugs when you take them out. And I was able to sneak that right underneath the shield right here. Worked really nice, and that way you're not fighting anything. But then again, most people aren't looking through the wheel well like this, so it is a little tricky. You're just gonna have to squeeze your hand in there, I guess. I've done them before, a few times, actually, every time I've done them. But this time I got lucky and I had the shield out. So I'm gonna get the wires installed now. These are all AC Delco parts I'm using, the spark plugs and the plug wires. So it's good stuff. AC Delco makes GM parts, so it's a OEM parts manufacturer. So they're top of the line, and you get these nice red wires too. The only sucky thing is I don't have the heat protective, like heat resistant covers for them, because whoever did it the last time didn't transfer them over. Must have been a rookie or something. So I'm just gonna have to make sure that they are all out of the way and clearing my headers, but it's time to get them on all installed and move on to the other side. All right guys, and just like that, I got the new spark plug wires all installed, all 4 of them over here. And the nice thing about these is they're actually quite a bit shorter than these probably OEMs specific. These are also AC Delco, actually. You can see right there in some light. So those are actually longer than these by a good bit. They're like twice as long. But the good thing about that is, well, first off, you don't even need them that long, but it definitely keeps them a good distance away from my headers, so I won't have a problem with them being close to my headers at all, which is awesome. And it's a nice direct line and a good fit. I mean, no complaints here. It fits perfect. So this side is all done. Now I'm just going to put my wheel well back in and button it all back up and move on to the other side, tune that up. Shouldn't have any problems. I don't see why I would have a problem. And then we will be all done. But I still got to change my oil and change out my headlights. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. So I got the wheel well liner all put back in this side, and I got the flare put back on. And I'm actually missing 2 little tabs, but she's solid. It'll stay. I still got majority of them in there, but this screw is, well, it got rusted up in there and just kind of ripped the plastic away. I realize that that's a common problem because my blue truck did the exact same thing, and I think maybe both sides did it on this. I actually gotta look and see, but it might have only been this side, because the other side, well, first off, you got to undo that and get in there for when you do your headlights, because you got that bolt right in there. There you guys go. You can see it now. Sometimes you can get it through there, but more often than not, you got to get up in there with a little 10 millimeter to undo it. But the bolt broke off on my other side, so I don't have to do that anymore. But this side I still do. And I'm just gonna leave this loose for now with the tire off, because I gotta put a new like self-tapper in there or something to hold it, because if you see here, it comes out and rubs on my tire. So with that being said, this side is put together until I do my lights, but I'm gonna lower it down and move on to the finishing the tune-up and do the other side now. All right, guys, so I got the tune-up all done. Here is the aftermath of the spark plug wires. So all in all, I had 3 of them break on me, and here are the spark plugs that I took out of the driver's side. So cylinders 1, 3, 5, and 7. Number 7 was actually pretty stuck in there. It was tough to get out, so there was definitely some roughness to the threads. Definitely gonna rust it up too. I have no idea why the spark plug was even in there. I talked to my dad. My dad's been doing mechanics for like 40 years, and he said never to run Bosch because they just aren't that good for GM vehicles. They definitely don't perform as well. AC Delcos are definitely top of the line. And then this one is, I don't even know what brand that is. But that one was definitely getting really bad too. And then this one is an AC Delco, and it's actually not that old. So I don't remember putting this one in there, but looking at it, maybe I did, but this one definitely doesn't look that old at all. So I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to keep it as a spare, but then again, you do need a tool. So definitely gonna keep that one around, but all the other ones are definitely junk. So those go in the garbage pile. So those are all the bad ones, and they were definitely due. So now that that's all done, and you guys can see all the new wires on there, this side definitely doesn't clear the header as nice, but they do clear better than the other ones too. So now it's on to changing the oil and pulling the headlights out of it. So I guess I'll pull the headlights out of it now, and then maybe go for a quick drive and then change the oil so that the oil is nice and warm and, you know, flows out better and gets a little bit more out than it would before. So I guess I'm going to be taking this off now. You can see it, the front didn't really stick that well. Back stuck a little bit better, so probably needed a little bit more heat. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing as far as wrapping goes, so there's that. But you can even see all the rock chips on the fender here and stuff too. So anyways, I'm gonna get the headlights pulled out now and start putting my new bulbs in. All right, guys, and just like that, I got the whole front end tore apart. Well, you know what I mean, the center section. So I got the headlights out, and now I just gotta pull the turn signals here. It's already all wired up, just with quick connectors. I know it's bad, but I don't have the stuff to hardwire them in. Well, I do, but I don't. And then I gotta do my headlights, because I got good high beams in it. I just never had the right size for the headlights, so it's time to get that all done now. All right, guys, so I put the lights in this, and the most annoying thing ever about these aftermarket headlights for this style truck is that if you don't have the perfect bulb, it's going to hit your frame right there, or, you know, core support. It hits. So that's the most annoying thing about putting headlights in these. And I had a good brand. I don't remember what they were, but I had a perfect brand that fit in my blue truck. And that's what have always been in there. And everybody's like, for the high beam, you can run whatever you want, but the low beam is where it matters. And this is stuck. So these don't work because they hit. So I did the right thing, and I ordered a second pair right there, and I'm gonna try those out now, and hopefully those fit. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to find what brand those are, which I'm sure I can just pull up, and order some more of those. But, you know, I was trying to get brighter, but the brighter ones have bigger coolers or, you know, whatever on the back, and they don't clear. So I don't know. These ones fit really nice too. I didn't have to modify the tab, but they don't fit in the truck, so it doesn't matter anyways. So I'm gonna try the other ones now, and hopefully those fit. All right, guys, so I got the headlights switched out with the other ones I had, and if we see here, I even have the little condom over the headlight there, and it's gonna work. It's tight, but it's gonna work. So I gotta grab my keys and make sure that all the lights work now. All right, guys, I got my keys, and now it's time for the moment of truth. But first, let me plug the headlight in. All right, guys, I got the wiring harness for the headlight plugged in now, and now let's see. And there it is. Ooh! Now that's what I've been missing out on. That looks so much better, and oh man, it's so much brighter. I'm gonna be able to see for miles now at night. So I'm gonna get this side bolted up, and I'll put the lights on that side, and then put it all back together, and then probably go for a quick little drive, and then change the oil and be ready to go. All right, guys, so I got my whole front end all put back together on the truck, and everything is all bolted back up and hooked up, and well, everything besides the wheel, but as you guys can see, it all works now, nice and bright, so your boy can see at night now. And all I gotta do is put my wheel on and torque it down. Very important, make sure you always do that, especially with aftermarket lug nuts. But then I'm gonna go for a quick little test drive, make sure everything is good, make sure, you know, my wires got on all good, and then I will change the oil. Well, probably change the oil. If not, I could always probably sneak it in tomorrow at work. So I can finally be driving my truck again. So I'm gonna go drive it and then come back, see what the oil change. Probably change it tonight. And then yeah, so that is it. I fixed the motor mount, did the lights, did a full tune-up, and this thing is done for now until I start painting stuff and changing the hood and mirrors and all that. But you guys will see that later on, probably once it starts to warm up some more. So hope you guys have enjoyed.